Welcome aboard. If you're watching this video, then let me be the first to say, congratulations! You've recently enrolled in Mr. Bean's class, and this is your first official day of training.
Can I do a worksheet now?
Oh no, you got a lot to learn before you're ready to do a worksheet, as you can see by this graph. Graph. You have enrolled in one of the most successful classrooms in Cedarville High School. But it didn't get this way overnight, because the school gets out at 3:15. From humble beginnings. You may think that Mr. Bean, the teacher and founder of the classroom, has always been the mathematical wizard he is today. And you're right. After the war, Mr. Bean stayed secluded in a deep depression that seemed endless. But then his luck changed when he acquired a boring old classroom, and with a few minor alterations, Mr. Bean's classroom was born. Sounds like a lot of
Homework!
Sounds like a lot of
Homework!
Sounds like a lot of
Homework! Homework!
Sounds like a lot of homework to get from one worksheet, right? Wrong! Mr. Bean's classroom today. To keep up with today's demanding classmates, no expense has been spared to acquire all the latest achievements in classroom technology. This here is an advanced number controlling mechanism. Here you can see our automated board handling system. Don't touch. Here are our high quality writing devices. Imported. And here's our prototype measuring machine. And most importantly, you got your state-of-the-art staple dispensal units. Now you're going to get to class or just stand like this is a tardy bell. All of this modernization seems a little overwhelming, doesn't it? Well, luckily for you, Mr. Bean's fear of robot overlords keeps the balance of technology in check. But if modernization is the heart of Mr. Bean's classroom, then the classmates are the liver and gallbladder. Let's see if you got what it takes. Poised, confident, and a smile that says, "Hello world, do you need some help today?" You've got the makings of a good classmate, Mr. Carnes. But for every good classmate, there is one who is not so good. Let's see, an attentive and patient, a glazed look in the eyes? There's a name for classmates like this, but we'll call him Matthew. I'm getting bonus points for this, right, Mr. Bean?
Sorry, can't hear you.
Training. First, you have to understand boob.
Boo?
Once you understand boob, you'll know your place in Mr. Bean's classroom. Watch closely. Bean's only one boy.
Oh, boo!
Looks like Mr. Carnes understands boob. Here's a typical classmate. I wonder what he needs. Well, if we just remember boob, we can help him out. Do you think he's going to ask for A, some hair gel, B, a foot massage, or C, some help?
Some help, please?
Aw, boob, you never let us down. Now that you understand boob, I bet you think you're ready to do a worksheet.
Worksheet!
Not so fast, eager McBeaver. We haven't even talked about legible handwriting. Every classmate in Mr. Bean's classroom must comply with a strict set of personal handwriting guidelines. Okay, Mr. Carnes, are you ready to write on your paper? A good student always writes their name and date. Be sure not to write too big. And don't forget about your units. And make sure those graphs look squeaky clean. Alright, let's see that paper. Now that's thorough. After making sure your chair is pushed in, your table is clear of any blemishes or boils, and your papers are neat and tidy, you are ready to start the class hour. Now let's see how Matthew prepares for the class. Remember, no classmate wants to be a Matthew. Now that your station is clean and hygienic, I bet you think you're ready to do a worksheet now.
Worksheet! 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 Worksheet!
Whoa there! We have a few more topics to cover first. Your responsibilities. A good classmate always keeps their supplies well organized. Good job, Mr. Carnes. Not a protractor out of place. Now let's see how Matthew keeps his workstation. Don't worry, Matthew. Mr. Carnes can help you out. Now we have to make sure you're ready for the physiological part of the class, interfacing with Mr. Bean.
Hey, Mr. Bean, can I have some help?
No.
Great job, Mr. Carnes.
Can I get a worksheet now?
Now we'll go from behind the scenes to the front lines, where we'll examine the most important aspect of the classroom, the classmate, or as we like to say, the beanmate.
Who are you?
Like precious
You
blood in an
ghost?
animal, the classmate is what makes Mr. Bean's classroom strong and alive.
Matthew. Matthew, your ceiling is talking to me.
Are you gonna make friends with paneling, or you need something?
I need
Spencer, go be stupid somewhere else.
Matthew. Remember what Mr. Bean says. Always help your classmates.
The ceiling is right, Matthew. You're not a very good classmate.
Fine, what do you need?
I need some,
We'll check up on these two later. Right now, it's important that we discuss an emergency situation. Like the lost gold of Atlantis, many consider Mr. Bean's worksheets to be a treasure. And as with every treasure, there's a thief ready to steal it. So it's up to you to be the watchful eyes of, what's this? It's Mr. Bean's school rival, Coach Fuller. He's stealing the worksheet, Mr. Carnes. What are you gonna do?
Eat my protein-saturated dust bean. Your precious worksheet is finally mine. You'll never catch me, Bean. Not when I switch into maximum overdrive. Hiya! I knew I should have stayed in my gym.
And so another emergency is avoided, thanks to Mr. Carnes. Let's check in on Matthew again. Psst, Matthew.
Huh?
Just remember, boob.
Hey, Spencer, why not try asking for some help?
Great idea, Matthew. Can I get some help?
Question 1 or question 2?
Hang in there, Matthew. It's all part of the class. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Da 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 diddly 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 da diddly diddly da diddly diddly da 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 diddly 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 da diddly 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 doing a worksheet. At the center of every great classroom is the crown jewel, which keeps it alive and thriving. For Mr. Bean's class, this is the worksheet. And now you, the humble student of the industry, the all too necessary human resource that keeps this classroom afloat, will learn the sacred and dark secrets of how to do a worksheet with your very own hands, the sumptuous, lip moistening, spine tingling, heart stopping pleasure center that is a worksheet. Are you ready? Are you sure? The secret to get 100% on every worksheet